What's going on, Star Wars fam? I'm your bro host, Daniel Miller, and sorry for the throat. Welcome back. It's all because of the season finale. Welcome back to the Broaxium Covert. I am joined by several awesome guests tonight, bro hosts all alike, and I've got Ben from the Star Bros podcast. I've got Mike Roker, now new Shooting the Poodoo bro host and Broaxium Covert, and we've got V from the V-Wing, and Conor Cicchitti from Knights of the Nerd Republic. That's right.
That is right, and it's Cicchitti.
Cicchitti! I did it again!
You did do it again.
How do I do that? I think my brain is just like, yo, dude, this is how you have to say it. Cicchitti.
It's whatever. Hello there, everyone.
This is gonna be
I cannot wait to talk about
Conor,
Mandalorian with these guys.
Thank you, buddy. Because this is going to be probably the running joke is me just never being able to get your name right.
Dude, I've been dealt with it for about 20-some years, so yeah.
It's awesome. I'm so sorry, and I try my best, but I end up failing every time.
Failure's not the end. It's a necessary part of the path.
Wow. Look at this kid. I'm so glad we brought him on. So
I
glad we brought him on to talk about the finale. We need this wisdom.
Yes, Yoda said that the greatest teacher failure is.
I am getting truth bombs thrown at me left and right. So guys,
my mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh my god!
If the hits don't stop rolling.
And now I'm the only one with that one.
Ben's like, wait.
Got this, Ben.
I need one. As I am trying to talk about introducing the season finale, maybe Ben will.
It's not gonna happen. Wisdom at 9:30 at night, gone.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I get it. But guys, season finale. I mean, right? Anyone want to start off with their first reaction on just how it was? Anybody?
I'll go out of control. Out of control. I'm sitting here, 9:30 in the morning. Like, here we go. Looked at my phone, had like 47 notifications from the Broaxi. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, things are happening. So I'm gonna flip my phone over now. Watch this episode. Man, it was something.
You know, I always do a little live tweeting.
Surprised, and I was like, "Oh, sorry about that," but I was very surprised, and yeah, I didn't expect certain things to go to a certain way, but we'll get into that. But yeah, it was very good. It was very, very good. And if this is like the stepping stone of these new Star Wars shows, you know,
Please bring more.
please,
Right.
I would like some more of that, please.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Ben, what about you when you got to finally see it? Because it's always you that's like the last one in the group that we're like, did Ben see it yet?
I know. And I still was the last one in the group this time. I think I was maybe 9:30 is by the time I was done, because I figured that my unconscious self at 3 o'clock doesn't know any difference. So I just keep sleeping.
It's tough.
And then the kids wake me up and I just never get around to it. So my wife has a running joke with me that the most excited I get is cracking a smile. And I cracked a smile. Like a pretty big smile at this. So, I mean, I didn't jump out of my seat running around like Chris probably was doing, but like I was cracking such a big smile, I couldn't contain it. It was just, I was so excited, so happy. As soon as that X-Wing came flying in, I was like, I know what's happening.
Bro.
I love it. I love it all. Just the slow unveil of it too made it even better.
My heart was racing. It was incredible. V,
Yeah.
what was your initial reaction before we dive in?
Well, I woke up, so like since the surgery, like I've been waking up at like 7, 8 a.m. every day. Like my body just like, we're up. So I went on the group chat and I saw Chris was like freaking out, and I was like, oh, it's today. I gotta watch it. And so I get on and I download the episode, and man, I was home alone. And I was like, that means I can make noise. Like, not gonna wake anybody up. And I was just like, oh, and I just started sobbing. Like, I the X-Wing actually, it didn't click at first, but then I saw the cloak, and then I was like, wait a minute. And I was just, I'm still, like, I will most likely cry at some point during this chat. I have not stopped
Is that why you got the toilet paper at the ready?
Yes, actually. I've been using it when I...
That's great.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, like, when Star Wars brings you the tears, you have to know that it's just so fantastic what they're doing right now. Conor, initial season finale reaction.
It was solid. It was dope. That's about the best I'll say before we like actually start diving into it.
Me, I was up at 3:00, right? So I watched it, and it sucked because it's tough sometimes. I was up late, and I was like, maybe I got to get a few hours before it's on. And I wake up, and I'm like trying to watch it at first, and I'm like kind of nodding off every little bit, and I'm like, what did I just miss? What did I just... And all this stuff's happening, and the only thing that stuck with me until I saw it a second time was, you know, the ending, you know, and I was just
What
like,
ending?
yeah. At the end of the episode, I remember when you said when I saw the X-Wing, dude, I was like this watching it, you know. They would just close every now and then, and then the X-Wing, I was just. I was like, no way, they're not doing it. Oh my god, it was
Ears perk up.
oh, and then from there I was locked on. But then, you know, the second viewing, it was still the same. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I missed that, I missed this, I missed that. And then everything from the X-Wing, I was like, no, I saw all this.
It's funny because I usually go to bed like around 1:30, just 2, because that's just how my biological clock works. But, you know, we were probably up playing Cyberpunk all late, because I definitely was. And it was like, oh man, it's like 2:45. I'm going to bed right now. Like, something tells me that, like, I can't wait 15 minutes to watch another 45 minutes. So I was like, so I'm gonna go to bed and wake up with a cup of coffee.
It's 2:45. He's like, it's on.
I was literally like,
minutes,
do
but,
I do this or do I do this or not? Like, do I go forward with waiting 15 minutes? Like, do I make coffee now? Like, do I go to sleep? I was like, I'm gonna just go to sleep. And I woke up at 9:30. I was like, I cracked my knuckles when I woke up. Like, who does that? I cracked my knuckles and brushed my teeth, and then made a coffee and was like, here we go. And I'm glad I waited, because I would have been like, damn. Like,
you're right. Yeah, I think it was you know, it's funny though. Like for some reason, every other episode, I was actually pretty good when I went to bed earlier than I did for the season finale. I only got like 2 hours, so when I woke up, I was dead. But the other times I woke up, like me and Julie one time woke up in bed. She's like, "Wake me up for this one." I'm like, "Really? Okay, awesome." And we watched.
You found the one.
Yeah, you know, she's not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I really appreciate that she likes to watch the show with me. She likes to watch the movies, and she, you know, asks questions. I'm like, ooh, let me tell you.
Well, I'm sure glad you asked.
Yes.
Well, a friend of mine was like, I have work at 9 a.m, and I had to watch this before I went to work. I'm not going to sit to work and come home and be like, well, I guess I'm watching Mandalorian now. Like, everybody's talked about it on everything. He's like, no. I woke up an hour early before I usually do, so that I can watch this.
So,
man.
When you guys, here's a good question for the group. Going into this, did any of you think that they were capable of pulling off what they pulled off at the end of the episode? Did any of you think that this was something that we might like, that this is a possibility? No, they're never going to do that. You know, like what was like your compass when it came to thinking? Because I know we brought it up, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I was actually surprised when I saw him. I was like, holy crap, they actually did do it. Like, I was like, they really did do it. Like, they did it. And it's funny because people, like friends of mine, have brought up the Rogue One Vader scene, and they're in comparison.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man. And it's like he's like ripping through everybody, and it was like I knew these dark troopers were droids from the gate, like especially after when they picked up.
I loved that that was a part that I fell asleep at, where when I heard him talking about it, I was like, this.
Right. And I was like, oh, this is for a Jedi to walk through. These troopers are here to be chopped in half by a lightsaber.
I almost thought that they were going to be. I almost thought that they were going to have Beskar plating for some reason. I was like, "Were these?" Some Beskar plating, because I know the Empire has, especially Gideon would probably be like, "Yo, put some Beskar on that."
Well, we're going to get to Gideon's little fight scene thing soon, because that was also threw me through a loop.
This whole
all the fight choreography was fantastic.
Yeah, it was cool, but. If we're gonna go there, we're about to go there. So I thought Gideon was gonna like wipe the floor with this dude. Like I thought it was gonna be like, this is Vader without a helmet. Like I thought he was going to trash him and take this kid and leave.
I was like, why are you listening to him? Stop listening to him. He's a liar. That's what I kept thinking the whole time, he's talking. I'm like, stop.
And like when that fight scene happened, it was quick for sure. But it was like, oh, this dude isn't as fly as I thought he was, which is fine.
Yes.
Like his presence is what he's all about, is his presence. But like I thought he was going to embarrass Jin.
I'm so glad he didn't, because I knew.
Looking back now, I'm glad he didn't.
We knew he had some skill, but we didn't know if he could fight with a staff. We never saw him fight with a staff.
Right.
He's got them whistling birds and all that.
Like, why does he have the spear? I don't understand. I was like, 'cause you got to sell toys.
Pedro Pascal, so like.
We also got to sell toys. You got. How do we differentiate this season's Black Series from, the next season's Black Series? Oh, we're gonna just not have Beskar plating, but we're gonna give him the saber with the toy, and the spear with the toy, and all that stuff.
True.
Ben. True. When Bo, Fennec, Kara, and Casca, I said Casca in my Dandalorian. I don't know if it's Koska or Casca Reeves. They come out blasting. Like, how did you feel? Like, when you saw that moment when they landed and just came out the gate, just ripping everybody.
Out of the shuttle?
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was
impressive.
I feel like this was the one thing I said is, hey, wasn't there a guy Mandalorian in episode 3 where did he go?
Where'd he go?
Yeah, I don't know.
Chris was funny. Chris was like, oh, he was just trapped in the bathroom somewhere, got left behind.
Yeah, he was looking for soap.
Kind of the reason for it was to allow this wonderful scene where you could see these 4 wonderful female actors just go to town on all these stormtroopers. It was a little bit of that kind of almost like that Endgame scene, Chris!
And everybody, welcome our bro host, Christopher Ryan's audio connecting now, so give him just a second, but
that nerd's coming?
Thank you for gracing us with your presence, sir.
It's about time.
Yes.
It's not the same without Chris.
We were just
Conor!
It's been a while, Chris. It's been a while.
I wanted to surprise you.
Oh.
So
all right.
Yep. It's been a while, man.
Man.
So we were just talking about, Chris, the scene where Bo-Katan and crew come out just laying waste to every stormtrooper in sight.
So I was relating it a little bit to like the Endgame scene where you see like all the great female superheroes, the A-Force, right, come together and fight, and it was a little bit akin to that where I was like, oh, look at them just throw down. This is amazing. And so everything from like watching Kara, her blaster get jammed, and as soon as she gets it unjammed,
that was
slamming it down, just like
that was
dude, I thought she was gonna bite it.
But it was funny in the elevator. It was pretty funny. I love the elevator part.
She was walking through that hallway like Terry Crews in Expendables. She was just like, I'm gonna just hold down this button that is the trigger and pull it until it goes click.
And I love that she.
Yo, sorry, I was gonna say Fennec Shan too, just like boom, boom, like accurate shot left and right.
I
like,
love her so much.
She's so good.
Same.
V, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna say I also love that she resorted to using the gun as a blunt weapon. Like she's like, well, I can't shoot, so I'm just gonna pistol whip these people. Like,
Yep.
why not? It was so refreshing to, for once, like it's not something I couldn't have predicted much of what was gonna happen in this episode. Period. Like I had thoughts. I didn't even think we might see Grogu until season 3. To be honest, I had like a thought that might happen. But to see an all-women firing squad was kind of refreshing. Like it's not
cool.
something that I was expecting, or even I didn't. Like, it's one of those things like you don't know you want until you see it.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, cool. Like for the sheer numbers of people that were there, I'm like, are they gonna pull this off? There's only 4 of them, but they were amazing. And also to watch it from a martial arts perspective, to see like tornado kicks, to see specific types of throws. Yeah, to see specific types of throws and everything. I was like, oh, this combat is on point.
Yeah, jetpack tornado DDT. What?
Shout out to Ming Na Wen. Like, what?
What?
Yeah, right? And all of it feels incredibly
Jetpack flying knees, bro.
Right.
It all felt
My entire
right.
face.
What utilizations of skill and materials.
When they were on the
and,
bridge, when they were on the bridge and the two flew,
and
then they stormed the bridge and then they come back, I was like, what? And that was one of my like Mandalorian things. I was just like, this is happening right now. This is happening.
Yeah.
So good. Conor.
Catharsis.
So Luke Skywalker, you are a kid that is more from the prequel era down to the sequel era, and so what did this like scene mean to you when you saw Luke come in? Because I mean I'm a little bit more of a prequel kid too, but I've definitely been in like I feel like you're definitely younger than all of us.
Yes.
Except V.
Wait, how old are you?
23.
I think you guys are close in age.
Oh yeah, you're only 3 years younger.
Yeah, the rest of us are old.
I used to be at 23.
But so when seeing Luke Skywalker, because I definitely know your taste, how was that for you? Like,
so when the X-Wing showed up, legitimately, I felt pretty much nothing. I was like, oh, cool, Luke's coming. He's gonna lay waste to these Dark Troopers and save the day, which felt like odd to me because it kind of just deflated the tension of the episode, because I thought there was gonna be like this whole big dramatic shootout.
Sure.
Probably everyone was gonna die, which would have sucked because I don't want to lose Bo-Katan.
Connor's laying some truth.
But it definitely like when I saw the X-Wing, I was like, oh, cool. We got Luke Skywalker, sweet. Like I knew it was gonna be no one else. Like for those that follow me on Twitter.
That was definitely a big giveaway. Yeah.
Like legit. Like for those that follow me on Twitter, me saying that Kel Kestis should show up in the Mandalorian, dude.
I wanted Ezra. I was a big Ezra
I
advocate.
just wanted a Jedi.
Yeah.
I was all
I
about
forgot
it.
that you've been saying Cal the whole time. You were right.
He's a Cal guy.
I knew it wasn't gonna happen.
This is what we want.
But Luke made sense. And then like when he showed up, I was actually expecting Sebastian Stan.
Me too.
So when he pulled the hood down and it looked like him, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
They went there. Yeah.
Yeah, they went there.
Like,
and
okay,
like
CGI
for me
stuff,
at least,
It was awesome.
oh,
Truly awe-inspiring.
The
Yeah, like,
actor
for me,
himself
at
was
least-
similar. Yeah, go ahead.
far away, it looked really good. And then like when they did the close-ups, it looked like a pretty wonky and kind of like you could really tell.
Yeah,
But,
there was.
like,
Uncanny Valley is.
That's
They're
why.
they're
forever.
gonna improve it. They're gonna
It's-
digitally alter it once they have the budget. And
It's new technology.
It's
like-
delicate. You gotta, like V said, it's new tech. It's delicate. You got to be delicate with what you show and what you can't show. Like you notice that he didn't move a lot when they were showing his face.
Right. He was
Like-
standing completely still.
Yeah,
Yep.
like he can't move much because they really gotta just. It's hard to get all that movement. But
Come
hey,
a long way from floating Bruce Lee head.
look
And
when
then
he was.
and then
Yes.
back to your point, Dan, about Luke and just my quote-unquote perception of him.
Mhm.
For those that don't know me, I am a prequel kid, as Dan said previously, and then I never really grew up with Luke Skywalker. He was never like that quote-unquote central hero figure that many fans, had him be. for them in their childhood. To be fair, I don't think I ever really had any one central hero figure with Star Wars. It was just kind of just
same.
the whole
Yeah,
tapestry.
if you're coming from that era, you're not gonna have a definite central, central hero character.
So,
yeah, 'cause
like,
there's so many.
Yeah.
and all I heard from him was the fandom's opinion. And knowing this fandom, they can kind of overrate some characters. So I never really knew my personal opinion of him. Heck, to this day, I don't really know. I will say I don't hate his character. For those that are going to cancel me, I don't hate him as a character. I really like him. I just don't find him as emotionally resonant as other characters like Ahsoka or Yoda or Cal. But I totally understand where a lot of people really liked his appearance in this show, in the Mandalorian episode. But it kind of feels cult of personality-ish when, like, they start freaking out to the point of, like, okay, whoa, you gotta calm down a bit. Especially the people that are like, sequel's bad. This is the Luke Skywalker we deserve, not the one we got in Last Jedi. And I'm just like, no.
But he was old though. Like, I don't.
I know.
I know. Old here.
Right. The timeline.
But he young.
Yeah.
Right, considering the timeline, he'd be a lot younger.
Chris,
So I
want to get your initial reaction, because since you just jumped in, we'll jump back into the
we
difference
talking about just
between
the
30
Luke?
years later Luke and 6 years later Luke. But what about just when you watched this whole thing and you were done? How were you? Like, how did you feel?
You mean my reaction to
like the as a
Luke?
whole, just your instant reaction as the whole episode, like when it was done and you were just like
I was thoroughly satisfied when this whole thing was done. I was like a lot of people, man. I was in tears, not like sobbing, but it was just like, oh my god. And
I was
tears.
sobbing, dude. Especially with that
sobbing.
Grogu moment, with that Din and
Oh,
Grogu
that
moment,
was
which we'll get to.
Yeah, that was heart wrenching. Yeah. But the thing with Luke, where my experience is going to be a little bit different than yours. Everyone up here, like Dan, I know that ROTJ Luke is your favorite Luke.
Yeah,
and that's the
version of Luke. Yeah.
And Luke may not be my favorite character, but that is my favorite Luke.
Yep.
Is one from Return of the Jedi. I was 8 years old when Return of the Jedi came out. That was my thing. So for me to see that Luke show up, it's like, not seeing that Luke, not seeing that like new version or your favorite character or your favorite version of your character from 37 years prior, and see him in new footage. It was like when I played Battlefront and you see. You go through that one mission with Luke, and it was just fantastic to see. His progression and whatnot. But it was something. Now I will tell you, when for a split moment when they showed the X-wing the first time, I was like, oh, the space cops are showing up. Right. And then when it landed,
comes out guns blazing.
And then when it landed, I was like, wait a minute, that ain't Trapper Wolf. And then because I was like, is it? Like, they didn't. I'm like, they didn't. They're not going there. They're not going there. Oh my god, they're going there.
Because they showed the security
footage. And it's the white saber. Like, all I had to do, and I'm not trying to do the whole steel thing. Ignite the green. But as soon as
he was close to
you see the saber in color, I was just like,
yes, that's it. That's the moment.
I was like, holy, they're doing it, and this is 3:45 in the morning.
Oh,
screaming this.
Yep. Yeah.
This.
I already told everyone what you were doing. It's okay.
Oh man, it was just I was screaming. I couldn't even help it. I wasn't even trying. That was something to see that Luke come back. It was amazing to see, and it was so awesome that he was a passerby in this story. That's what he is. He's a passerby in this story. And that makes me.
I'm out.
If we don't get any more Grogu and Mandalorian, fine. But give me some Luke, R2, and Grogu stories, comics or whatever. Just give me that.
Yeah,
That'd be really cool.
so
I love that.
now that we have we've gotten to that part with well, there's a lot of that's happened. I mean, yeah, the
So
ship
much.
flying. We talked about how they broke into the ship. Those dark troopers take an awfully long time to power up.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, it's there.
They do.
And I
lot of
actually I want to bring up a little bit of a topic that I got involved in on Twitter about these
Oh,
dark
no.
troopers and
Oh, was it on
Uh-oh.
Twitter?
and
Not Star Wars on Twitter.
sentience and whether or not there was a choice to just hack them all to pieces, or maybe was there another method?
Does,
Show them some compassion.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So-
Did you show them a clip of what Kyle Reese said to Sarah Connor in Terminator?
I should have. I didn't even think about it.
Can't reason with them.
I mean,
They will not stop.
I just feel like maybe
Were these
in
people complaining about the battle droids? Because these are pretty much battle droids, just a whole lot more deadly.
It's just I
Yeah.
feel like ever since Solo and that we've learned that
Nope.
droids have another step of. I'm just trying to see it
Yeah,
from the
but
other side
not
of the,
these guys.
and that's what I.
Yeah,
that's
no, I-
exactly
I'm-
where my
okay,
brain
so-
was.
I'm with Chris. Yeah, I'm with Chris on this one. Like, because I saw that argument on Twitter.
What was
Miller.
the argument?
It grew,
Which-
Connor. I
so
only
many
just said a
arguments.
few things, and I just was like, I just disagree with you, and blah blah blah. I just think these guys,
That was
these
your first
droids in
mistake.
particular, were just not saving. They're not the
Yeah.
droids you're looking for. Okay, to save.
Yeah,
But it is
not the droids
the
you're
argument they're
looking
looking for.
yeah.
So wait, what is the-
argument?
Yeah, what
argument
happened?
From what I could see, from what I can remember on Twitter, was something about like this one person was talking about like droid sentience and showing them compassion and everything, which I empathize with. I get that, but
Right.
like
Yeah, not them.
for this particular case of dark trooper droids,
Dark.
no.
No,
And there was,
Then
it was
the
a
word is
limited,
dark.
There was a limited amount of time. You can't just save all these and
Right.
program all
It's
these.
not just that. They are deadly appliances. That's what they are. All right. There's no individuality in
Like,
like
if
even
my
like the battle
fridge-
droids had it.
You don't even know if they were programmed with AI.
Yeah, like
They-
if my fridge just all of a sudden turned into the Terminator and tried to kill me, I'm not
gonna
gonna
destroy
show
it.
compassion. I'm
I
gonna
wanna
destroy that
destroy
thing.
Well, pass me a beer first, and then
yeah, and then maybe
Well,
you
destroy
should.
it.
By the way,
the thing-
my video is not frozen. This is just my face right now.
there's stuff that I like inside my fridge.
But Ben's just like,
It's
it's
gonna
like
be
they're,
very hard for me to kill it.
he's like they're dark troopers though. They were
Good
about
point,
the
Mike.
cold
Good
cuts?
point. That's true.
bad guys.
Not the cold cuts, man.
I did have a few sandwich. I did have a few thoughts on like just how one could defeat said droids, because I did not for 1 minute consider the sentience. I'm not gonna lie with these droids, because I was like,
No.
oh, they're only designed to kill. They're not speaking. They're not saying shit. They're just
Not
like
here for the kids.
they're just.
There's no Roger.
They are killer appliances. That's all they are.
They're literally floor appliances. Luke
It
Skywalker
felt-
cut through a Sears.
It felt like
That's all that happened. Circuit
If-
City.
Circuit City.
Second
Yes.
City.
These
You were Roomba.
these Zerg from Toy Story looking mother
They
fluffers.
were Zerg
listen.
died up. I was like, they
Fluffers.
got the Zerg face.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I looked at them and I was just thinking, like, well, first of all, when the one started opening the doors back up, I was like, oh, this is how I should have reacted the first time I watched Thriller, and the zombies are coming out.
Sure.
I wasn't scared then, but I was scared of this. I was like, oh, these droids.
But they
mean
were
business.
sort of like
so strong.
they were sort of like the zombies and monsters in Thriller, because
Yeah.
they were all going
in
to
step together.
same.
Is
Do
it,
do do
is
do
it
do.
weird though?
I was
that
waiting for them to dance.
wasn't
This is my
afraid?
favorite dance.
Yeah, yes, and they had the dubstep beat coming while they're getting ready.
Oh,
it was
dude,
like,
that
it was like a
dubstep
music
by Broadway.
video, like an old Usher video, like the put my chain on, I'm ready to go, like
Oh, wow, the Marion appeared.
situation.
Marion slides through.
All right, hats off to Ludwig though, because Lug Gordonson, that was some pretty
That dude
amazing
can
music
compose his
put
that
ass
together
music
for
was
this whole
beautiful. That
episode.
whole
love that,
episode.
man.
I want to get into that in a
Yeah.
minute. The music,
You
but
should do westerns.
Yeah.
yes, seeing the droids though, I was looking at them, and I was like, can you get them wet and they'll stop working? Like, I didn't think that because I'm like,
I
they're
would-
electronics.
I would hope.
But I was
When Din blew them out the the airlock. I was like,
Okay.
they're
I was like,
coming
well,
back. There's no way.
I wasn't
Dude,
even thinking
started
that. I was like,
laughing
Yeah.
because I didn't expect that
forgot.
to happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no way he's getting rid of him that easy.
You know what we need? A
What?
bucket of water to stop these dreads.
Yep.
that's the one thing the Empire didn't think of.
And handrails too.
Maintenance.
Yeah, I'm
Handrail
watching
and-
you. I'm following.
Water.
I will
But
say
I
the
didn't
dark.
expect-
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I
Just
didn't
all
expect
stop and
the-
give a moment of silence just for the scene in the background on Dan.
It was just
TV.
Luke hacking his way through the hallway.
Mm.
So good.
So beautiful.
Have you guys gone on the talked about the comparison between the light side Rogue One hallway scene?
Yeah.
and the,
I brought up for a second.
Okay.
But I was
This is
yeah.
like father
Lightly
like
touched on
son. Like a
Mhm.
father like son.
like my
you know?
father before
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
And like I was saying
beautiful.
earlier, like before you got here, when I found out that when we found out that they were fully robotic, I was like, oh, this is for
oh,
the Jedi to show up and cut through
Yeah.
like butter. It's like we can't
And-
have
Right.
decapitations unless it's a robot.
They
so.
had this all
Yeah,
thought
dude.
out.
Right.
like
and yeah,
I think it's fantastic. Like if you look back at the episode, like that a lot of people don't like from the first one. I think it was number 4. From
Five.
chapter 4, chapter 5. Which one where they took on the ATST, like that pirate?
That's
four.
cool.
Oh, that's
Alright,
back.
so-
yeah.
So when you look at that
Wow, I
and
forgot
like
of- wow.
there's such a
Way
big
back.
challenge for this one scout walker. There's this huge challenge. I'm like, well, there's no Jedi around, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
you
be a
can't
huge
just cut the
challenge.
leg.
You
Mhm.
can't-
Right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and that's the same thing with these dark troopers. Now, if it was like, I was gonna say 2 Jedi versus like all those dark troopers, and that's still overkill.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
But yeah, it's like that's a huge challenge for regular people, but for these Jedi, it's nothing. So it was great that was going to be their big challenge, and you see that he had such a tough time with one. I was like, what are y'all gonna do?
I love
If
how
that door opens, they come back in, you're done.
I love how the whole
Right.
mission was based around the timing of their power up.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they only had so much time to get to the cockpit of the ship
Yeah.
in order to stop the dark troopers or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty clever because I mean, but like it's like they don't have individual power systems. They feed their power off of the ship.
Yeah.
So, because like they're like we don't keep them on all the time because they drain
Yeah.
too
That
much
kind
power.
of
So
ties
like
back
if it
into
was
the
on-
fact that they're part of the Empire and
Yeah.
they have no
Sent-
individuality.
I feel you. Good point,
Right.
Connor. That's
There's
a good
that,
point.
And
Yes.
also, as
Yeah.
far as like power conservation and things like that, if they were on a like a regular Star Destroyer, I'm pretty sure they'd have all the power they needed. They could
Right.
run all the time.
That's what I
Right.
man.
They're on
We
the-
haven't gotten to see
Oh, that's
anything
a
yet.
thought.
Full size Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the what is it called? The Gazanti? Is that the name of the smaller
The
cruisers,
light
Imperial cruisers?
cruiser.
We seen
Yeah.
them a lot in
I'm
Rebels.
with it.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it's the Gazanti cruiser, but I think it might be a different one.
I forget too. But that said, have you guys ever played like a real time strategy game like Age of Empires or
Yeah.
anything like
Yeah.
that?
I've seen clips.
There was
It
actually
reminded me.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say it reminded me of like if you ever played like a regicide or like a deathmatch where maybe your opponent's side keeps dwindling down all your forces. They're taking down all of your barracks and all of your town centers and your castles and everything. And with what little resources you have to like rebuild your army to attack. But like by the time your army like loads up, it's too late, and now they're coming to defeat you. That's how I felt this was in this episode. Like the Empire has been dwindled down to the outskirts to try and rebuild itself, and they just keep being thwarted. It's too late. Like these guys took too long to boot up,
Well, and it's also, they have that power vacuum amongst each other where the remnant is fighting amongst itself. It's eating itself alive, and that's also hindering their success, to rebuild their power. So they actually have a strategic Star Wars game like that, and it's really cool.
I think John has it actually.
Yeah, it's awesome. I played it a couple of times. I would love to find that again, but it's just like, Command and Conquer or Age of Empire, one of those games. It's super fun.
Nobunaga's Ambition, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just trying to keep it together right now because I'm watching Dan's screen.
Yes,
I'm trying not to loot.
I'm trying to not look at it. I can't look.
Well, we're gonna have to talk about it. This moment in particular, like we all of us, all of us predicted that
it wasn't going to be Mace Windu.
We weren't gonna. Well, we weren't. Yes.
Thank goodness.
Right, that would have been some shit.
Oh my God.
He still has a chance to come back, though.
I can say
stop.
stop.
He still has a chance.
Real quick.
I'm with
Mace
Chris on
Windu.
Stay dead.
I will walk away if we talk about this, by the way.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Ben.
I said I will walk away if we talk about Mace Windu right now. Just saying.
I was gonna just say real quick.
I might as well.
If Mace Windu came in looking like Baron Harkonnen, like a trash can droid hover thing,
like to all the people that's saying Mace Windu should come back, how would you? Oh yeah, that would kind of delegitimize Anakin's turn to the dark side. Just think about that for a second.
Yeah, that was like one of his big turning points.
Sorry, Tommy. Sorry, Tommy. We had to talk about this.
Oh, Tommy.
It would have been
that and the fact that everyone thought that that not everyone, but like some people thought the one officer aboard the ship was Sabine Wren in disguise.
You can have whatever theory you want.
Just brush
fine.
reach.
Yeah,
That theory died.
I'm happy
when she died.
I'm just happy now that the show is I'm really getting into the theory stuff, and always being wrong still makes me happy because of how they do it. And like I was gonna say, that moment with Grogu, we all thought that we weren't gonna get him until season 3. Right. And the fact that this it almost felt like an end of a chapter, like an end of an arc.
Absolutely.
And so it's just, I'm so excited, that moment itself. But where are they going to go from here? Is Grogu going to was Grogu? Oh,
bro, he's going to be out of the picture for right now.
So
he's going to be out of the picture, and the show is going to have to survive without him.
It's going to survive.
I think
it will.
Be just fine.
I told you, I did point out that I said that he was going to take his helmet off for Grogu.
Oh, yeah.
We all knew that.
But if they're going to do with season 3 what I think they're going to do, and they're going to like Favreau had said before, they were still working on the series, that this is going to be like a Game of Thrones storytelling.
Oh, I loved what
that's what we're going to be getting in this 3rd season when it comes to, I guess, the rulership of Mandalore.
Exactly.
Right now, the Mandalore is in Jaren.
I still gotta see that scene where Bo-Katan is actually up and back at it.
She's not dead.
It's the very last scene. It's the very last shot.
Yeah, I didn't think she was dead. I was just like, she got shot and fell over, and then I didn't see her.
Beskar.
I was like, what happened?
Dude, I legit thought she died, and I was about to go to Lucasfilm. I was about to go straight to San Francisco.
I was like, how dare you do an anticlimactic death with Bo-Katan like that? It was so dumb. But she's not dead. It's all.
He has a problem within his circle now that he doesn't want.
I'm saying, I think this is the start of it could be the start of the houses again.
Because it still fits the
House,
title.
Yeah, it's Mandalorian.
It's Jaren.
Yeah, exactly. It's all perfect. And I'm glad that the Grogu story, that was the hook. Brought everyone in.
So
it reeled us in, man.
But
Go
ahead, Ben.
Let me just say something on that. I thought about this. Now, I think part of the reason that they needed to do that in season 1, on episode 1, was to give you something that felt familiar with Star Wars. And that is the Force, and that is the Jedi, and that's why they wanted something like Grogu. But now, the show is about the Mandalorian, right? We want it to be about Din. And so it's now time to get that piece of it out of the way. This has forever changed Din in a way that I think has made him a better leader.
Yeah.
And maybe that means he could
not as tense.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And now we can have a show just focused on him. Doesn't have to have anything else tied to the Force or anything. Occasionally, sprinkle something in, fine.
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna lose some casuals, but because he's not Grogu in there.
That's him. That's him in the Mandalorian lore. I think that's where it's all going.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And his character growth with Grogu has been spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, Ben, 100%. Where it's making him a better person. Where he's you know, he's been bounty hunting and been this cold person who's just been behind this mask this whole time, just getting his bounty, collecting his money, and going back to his covert. But this child, he gets him, and like it was almost like he was the Grinch. His heart grew 3 sizes that day, and he took his helmet off, and he's now. I had to tie it into Christmas. I'm sorry, guys, but
Thank you.
You know, but like he definitely a child made his heart grow, and he became more compassionate and understood that the complexities, I believe, of the galaxy. You know, like he was learning more.
Yeah.
Like he was almost kind of like Finn in a way, where he only knew one way. You know, he was raised this one way by these Mandalorians, and like this chance he had where he was able to break free because his covert was scattered, and he had to learn the galaxy all on his own, kind of like, and find out new things on his own.
Well, they could have done that with Finn.
I'm sorry.
But there's a lot of stuff with Finn.
Yeah.
Like, give him an actual story.
I didn't mean to I didn't mean to hit a sore spot. I just felt like their stories kind of similar.
You didn't hit it. You just you just touched on what's already there or what's not there and could have been there. But like, I have a lot of thoughts on that too. Like with Din, I think he had a lot of his morals questioned and challenged, and I think we got to sort of psychoanalyze him and see what made him care. We saw that he was a foundling, so we got to understand what was happening, what traumas he dealt with, considering, you know, the Empire's takeover and then the fall of Mandalore. And then I had some thoughts about it being sort of Game of Thrones, like especially the post-credit scene, which I'm sure we'll get into. I was like, all right, now here's this person on the throne.
What post-credit? What post-credit scene? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the post-credit.
Ben, shut your mouth.
You playing with me? But
when Ferris Bueller says, "Why are you guys still here?"
Yes, that one.
But
yeah, Deadpool did that too.
But hold on. But I have my worries about Bo-Katan. I was like, she's not dead. Like, they shot her, and at first I was like, maybe she's dead. Nah, we didn't see her formally die. This is a character. We're not gonna.
No, they can't. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
You're good. No, you're good. I was like, they're not gonna do this. Like, and then we see she's back up. But I was thinking to myself, like, throughout this season, I haven't, and I still don't really trust Bo-Katan. And I think what's really interesting about the continuation of the series as we go is it is kind of weirdly setting up for the politics of the Mandalore to be.
Listen, V, Bo-Katan is not a hero.
No.
She is not a good guy.
No.
She is all about Mandalore.
Her ego,
Mandalore.
Her ego and her
power.
Yeah, her ego and her thirst for the throne is going. It's blinding her. What is the word? It's like tainting her judgment, and I feel like it's interesting to see the growth that Din had because he was more receptive to her being like, this is not the only way. This is one section of zealots, and he was willing throughout this season more than ever to take off his helmet, especially for the ones he loved. I mean, the only one, but like, you know, she on the other hand was very strict about her standards as to who counts as a real Mandalorian. She didn't want to budge on, or at least she wasn't ready to budge on the Darksaber. Like, if those troopers didn't come in, would she have fought Din? Probably. You know,
Dude, she had the death stare for that man. Like,
I
thought they were gonna go at it.
Where Gideon is like mocking her.
Yeah.
He knows the rules and then doesn't know the rules.
Yeah.
And like, she was like, she had the face like, I could kill you right now. Like, not Din, but like Gideon for like just even egging this on.
No, but she was like, well,
like,
he knew what buttons to push. Yeah.
See,
even the handcuff with a bloody mouth, he was still talking.
Here's where she kind of, I feel like she contradicts herself a little bit where.
Oh yeah, she's being hypocritical.
Yeah, because like she talks about how Din is so attached to his way and calls him a zealot and stuff, but she can't just accept the Darksaber.
Right.
Well,
again, because she got it from Sabine.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Sabine didn't traditionally get it on Dathomir. She like had possession of it when she was possessed by the Night Sister magic in Rebels, and so she like had it, and that was her whole arc with Trials of the Darksaber and everything. And then she's like, I'm not worthy enough, which, fair enough, I can't blame her. And she hands it off to Bo-Katan. So, like, I can totally see that. And then I think with Bo-Katan, either she lost it in some backdoor weird way, because Moff Gideon seems like a conniving son of a nerf herder, or she lost it traditionally, and she feels like if she doesn't get it back in the traditional Mandalorian way, she's a sort of as
or something.
No one will
throne.
respect her place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I
And she
understand.
probably
that makes
feels
sense.
that too internally. She feels like
Yeah.
she'd feel like an imposter.
It's a good
Right.
point.
Right.
Good point.
Get ejected
Maybe
from the
Gideon knows
Mandalorian
that was
throne.
handed it to her to begin with.
Yeah,
And, like,
that's why I was
Right.
saying that what Gideon was doing, he was taking. I forgot who I was saying this to. I think it was either Roke or it was Dan.
He did this on
was that
purpose.
Gideon took a page out of Palpatine's playbook because when he
was me.
fought Mace Windu, and you know that fight where Mace Windu died because he's
Dead.
dead.
Yes.
Didn't win.
I'm sorry, Tommy.
I got you,
didn't hear
Brian.
that.
But because of he took that page out of that book and did the same thing. He was like, this dude does not know, you know, all the ins and outs of the Mandalorian culture or the main Mandalorian culture. So he's like, oh, and you're letting me live? Oh, this is gonna be good. Like that's pretty much what Gideon did. And
Yeah, he was like salivating after all, wasn't he?
he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's having
And
a
I'm
good
telling you,
time.
that character is not done.
No.
No.
Gideon
No.
is not done by a
It's
long
Giancarlo
shot.
Esposito.
And that's
Yeah.
Exactly.
and yeah,
Star
and
Wars.
and that's
Littlefinger.
more of
He's Littlefinger.
oh yes, assume that he knows everything, but he just knows there's something he doesn't, right? Like seeing that he just got like a little bit pistol whipped, I'm like, well, they still have to deal with him. Clearly that's probably gonna, I wouldn't be surprised if like season 3 picks up right in that room and they have to deal with them off after that. Like it might not be that way at all, who knows.
Yeah, I mean,
I joked around with you guys. I think it's going to be Luke opens the door back up and he goes, actually, I only have space for one in the X-Wing. Can you guys follow me with Grogu and drop him off? Thank you.
That would be so funny.
I,
we know that
You're
we
not
know
impressed.
that we know that Fennec had to eventually get off the ship in order to go ahead with Boba.
There's got to be TIE fighters on that ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Some
there's
TIE fighters left.
definitely,
You know,
definitely. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean they have a whole ship full of, you know, some
Yep.
good TIE fighters. There's all sorts of possibilities to start this off. I think it's going to go a little forward in time.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be.
And I
some
think
sort of-
Gideon's going to get
Probably.
broken out of prison of some sort. You know, he's going to
Ooh.
you know, he's going to be held by the New Republic, but they're not that strong. You know, they're spread out real thin right now, and it's real easy. I mean, like, look, they're even letting prisoners go for stuff like, you know what I mean? Like, it's real. They're just not real. What's the word I'm looking? Developed.
Established?
Yeah, established.
Solidified.
Yeah, solidified. And definitely Gideon will. I feel like there's going to be some sort of breakout or something, but I feel like they're going to shoot forward in time a little bit here. But I mean, hey, look, who's to say Grogu is going to complete his training or even do well in his training? What if Luke senses the same kind of fear and in him and or whatever, or you know, if Grogu
Chris.
runs away? What if he runs away or something? You never know. Something
He
could
wants
totally.
his dad back.
I just,
Like,
but
I don't
I don't want it to
get why-
surround him though. I don't.
Yeah, I just don't get why some people are like, oh, he's gonna die in Luke's temple. And I'm like, first of all, no. Second
Hey,
of all, he's
Connor,
19
I just
years.
need answers. Okay?
Yeah,
Listen,
like-
Connor, I'm a little
Listen.
scared. I'm worried.
Give Pablo
Chris, he's
some
not the one who
time.
shot the
He'll
lightning. He's not the one who shot the
Dude,
lightning.
I'll ask Matt Martin, all right? He's on Twitter.
That was Palps. That was Palps that blew up Luke's school. That was Papa Palps that did it.
He
It
just
was
used,
Lord Grogu the
True, Ben.
Destructor. You guys.
He just used Grogu's blood. That's all Palps did. He just used
Yeah,
Grogu's
that's
blood.
not unnatural. Yes, but
I want to know what happens to me.
oh yeah, what? I mean, he was still there. He was alive. You know,
It took me a minute there. I got it now.
Pershing was like he cared about the child. That's why I liked that. He was just
Yeah.
like doing what he had to because he didn't want to
Yeah.
die.
He's gonna be a main character in season 3. He's gonna be a main character. Watch.
Well, I feel like he's
Dude,
probably the one that
actually
helped.
asked me if I was the character in season 3. Like, someone actually messaged me. It's like,
Messaged him.
are you actually the doctor? And I'm like, no,
That's
dude.
That's
I'd be able to say
incredible.
yes.
Here, I got it for you. I got it. He was in what, like 2 episodes of season 1 and 2 episodes of season 2. So he's at least got to have 2 more episodes in season 3. That's all I'm saying.
Hello.
Maybe. I feel like he's.
Start working on your
the-
cosplay right now, Connor.
Dude,
Start
I
working on your
have to.
cosplay.
You
Yeah.
gotta get the suit.
You gotta.
The patch, everything.
easy.
The
So
glasses.
Don't shave. Or at least
Oh,
keep
yeah,
it at
no.
that length. Keep it at that length.
yeah, it's
Slick your hair back.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll be
I feel like
perfect,
he's
perfect.
probably the one. I feel like he's probably the one who helped to revive and clone everything that Palpatine became by Episode 9.
Well,
Do you think he worked worked
Or at
in
least helped.
at Camino? Do you think he knows
Oh yeah.
cloning skills from Camino? Because they
Oh,
are
for
the
sure.
best cloners. That's what.
He had the logo.
That's what Dex
Damn
said.
good ones.
Yeah.
He had the logo.
Damn good ones.
Is that Richard Nixon? Is that?
That's what he sounded like.
I think so.
I'm not a truck.
Nixon.
That was definitely Palpatine.
Well, yeah, he had,
All right.
as V said, he had the patch.
Yeah.
His uniform.
All right, Dan, I don't mean to do this, but we got to talk about the end.
Yes.
We got to talk about Boba.
Oh,
Let's
my
talk
God,
about
dude,
Boba.
What a way
And-
to announce that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can
Look.
I ask?
Yeah.
Can I ask
Coming,
everyone a
right?
question? Let me ask everyone a question.
Yes.
Did you like? Were you like me where the credits came up and I was like, oh man, that was fantastic. Let's see what's going on Twitter.
Yeah.
No. So this
Yeah.
what happened.
That was me. That was.
I stopped it right at the credits. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I went to bed. I'm on my way to work, and I hear you guys talking about after the credits. I'm like, what? And I just went to my phone right away and hit Disney Plus, and it was still like it just like
Oh,
on my
okay, yeah,
phone.
yeah.
So it transferred. It just said hit resume. So I resumed, and I literally was at a light, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, no way, no, beep beep beep. I'm like, shut up. No way.
You see the car next to Dan. They're looking at him. He's like, oh! That's like that's all you see. Him losing his mind. What?
What?
I mean,
Someone.
it was
I was
great.
excited about Boba, but I was more excited about seeing Fat Bib. That
Oh
was more
my
like,
God.
How? He
He had that power. He was
blew
well
up.
fed.
what happened?
Oh, that
He
power
was
he's
on
got.
the sail barge.
Was he?
He can
Did we see
afford
him
food.
die? Did we see him die?
Oh, really?
all
let's do
amazing.
this again.
Is everything going to be the Hound now? Oh, we didn't see him die.
Did we see him?
Maybe.
Hound fell in a
You were the
Further
one that
proof
said
Mason's
Game of
back,
Thrones is now going to be the way of Star Wars.
a Star Wars.
With
Said
Boba,
Game of Thrones gonna be a Star Wars.
a Star Wars. With Boba and the end credits, like, because I woke up and got online, I logged into the group chat first on the computer, and that's when I saw Chris's, like, freaking out. It was like 8 a.m., and you were like, something, watch the post-credit scenes. And I was like, I usually check the post-credits anyway, like, just in case.
You
Just
didn't do
'cause
that
I'm
first,
like-
Marvel
did you?
trained us well.
I was just watching
Yes.
the art,
No, I
gathering
didn't
my
do
tears.
I just
Yeah.
never thought they were
Wait,
going
what
to do it.
happened? I was like listening, like I was just sobbing through the whole end credits, and also like enjoying the very like Baroque suite
Yes.
Mhm.
that was
the good
cooked up
music.
for it. Yeah, and I was
Very
like, all right, Chris said to watch the end credits, like, and then it came, and I was like, oh wait, it's Tatooine. Like, are we gonna see some of like when Luke arrives back home with Grogu or something? Nah,
Jabba's
they're in the palace.
Damn.
And then
They're
I
just
just
they're just wrecking it.
You know,
right, and I was so happy to see. Sorry, I was so happy to. I don't know. This is like one of those like little relief things again that you don't know you want until you see it. But like when Fennec released the chained up dancing Twilight, I was like, thank you.
perfect.
That was really kind.
It was like redemption. It was redemption.
Yep.
You know?
It was really kind.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Justice-
Must be
Justice
good
for
crime
Ula.
lords then.
I just love that
Yes.
I love that Feige was probably just like, look, guys, I know you guys all brought me in. End credit scene. You guys need to do an after credit scene. You want to
Yeah.
keep them drooling for more.
Trust
He's
me.
like, bam,
Yeah.
Trust
do
me.
something at the end of the credits.
Mhm.
Trust.
What a way.
See, here's the
What a way
this
to
is gonna
announce
be the
it.
interesting about this. This, first of all, I wasn't sure at first. Was this a book or a series?
Oh, it's
that
a
we're
series.
talking
It's gonna be
about?
live
It's a
action.
It is a book.
It'll be. Yeah,
I
it'll
know
be,
it's a series now, But I was really confused at first. All right,
I wasn't
second thing,
I was thinking
think
Book
it's
of
gonna be
Eli,
like-
and I was like, okay, it's gonna be, like it's gonna be like that. I'm
I
sorry.
like
Anyway,
the
I'm sorry.
mythic
Go ahead, Ben. I'm
quality
sorry.
it has because of the title.
No. It was just confusion. That was all, and with no official announcement from Lucasfilm to back it up,
Right.
I was like, okay, where is this? Come on, let us know what you're actually planning here. All right, but my actual thought was, is this going to be like our first real chance to see more of like an amoral storyline? I mean, I guess Mandalorian is kind of too. It started out that way, but it definitely isn't that
Yeah.
anymore. This feels like you're venturing into like, we're going to actually show you aside from a typical kind of bad perspective,
Maybe.
but
Crime lord.
you're not going to really
Mhm.
feel
Yeah.
crime lord.
It's a whole
crime
underworld
lord.
thing, man.
Oh yeah.
Boba just
Even
wants
the
to
Pikes.
do his
The Wire
own thing,
has
and I'm
And-
happy for him.
Yeah, and the music, like
Oh
as soon as
my
he
God,
as soon as he
yes.
shoots him and it goes into that theme, I was like, dun, dun, dun. I was like forgetting about the tears. I was like getting it. I was like, oh yeah, like his
Yeah,
sister.
that was- yeah.
Like,
Sitting
That
on
was
his
the game to
Wakandan
stop
throne.
crying. So
huh?
that scene was to like, all right, stop crying, Boba Fett's here. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
That was-
he's here.
Visual
Not
issues.
He's not
What's he doing? What's
interested.
he doing?
He's not interested in conversation. He's like,
No, dog.
here I am. I'm
I
on
got
the
stomach acid
throne.
on my face. Like, I'm not here for that.
And like, also Disney's just pulling all these like surprises out of their sleeve. They didn't tell us that there was gonna be this little baby in the show at all. They didn't tell us that we were gonna
Yes.
have Mark Hamill involved.
Yes.
They didn't tell
Listen.
us that there's gonna be the book of Boba Fett in the big announcement. They
Right.
know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
And nobody's getting, and I'll tell you right now, none of these guys out here saying they're getting scoops or not getting scoops. They are keeping this a tight lid on this, and everybody is just shooting in the dark, and someone's going to hit something eventually. Grace Randolph, you're not some friggin' girl who's got scoops, okay? You might have been right about the Boba show, but everybody thought it was coming, all right?
Only
Everyone
you to
thought it was
assume
coming.
she was
Who
right.
is Grace Randolph?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about her.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
don't worry
Stand
about
her.
it. I got blocked by her. So
I'm out of the
So,
loop.
look,
I'm out of the
I'm
loop.
just saying that you're right, V. Like, they have been giving us surprise after surprise, and
And I
there's
love
been
it.
no leaks. We haven't been seeing any real leaks, and people are just shooting in the dark. And when someone gets it right, yeah, that's great, awesome. But
Everyone's trying to
We
get the
were
scoop.
just
There is no
distracted.
source
we were
right now for-
distracted by Ahsoka and Bo-Katan coming back and like all the other big leaks that came out. We didn't even think about these other leaks. Like
Yeah.
we were just too distracted to even find out about them,
Yeah.
which I think was what Lucasfilm wanted.
I just love how
Yeah.
listen at that Investors Day presentation.
You mean Christmas from Disney?
Yes,
Yeah.
Krisny.
Disney.
Merry
That
Christmas.
sounds
Merry
awful.
Christmas.
Merry
Yes,
Disney-
it kinda
Dismiss.
does. Like Kathleen Kennedy, who's taken so much. I'm sorry, y'all. So much shit over the years.
That she has.
From a lot of these, ridiculous fanboys. She could have just came out with that lineup. She should just came out like this,
Did anybody listen?
and all the titles, would show up in the background, and then she'd be like, and then walk away. Like
Right.
that. I think that would have been like, I would have been like, well done.
Yep.
I'm on board.
Did
But then
anybody?
she was like, but wait.
There's more.
yeah,
And
Like
then,
Willie Mays.
she
Sorry.
I just, there's people that, like, my one buddy, he's not a Last Jedi fan, and I don't argue with him about it. We have a lot of similar ideas, and likes about all the other stuff. And he said something the other day about Kathleen Kennedy, and I'm like, dude, you need to just take a seat and think about this for a second, because
take a knee.
Hit the shower.
you are excited about all of these new titles coming out, and you love The Mandalorian. Do you know who hired Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to come back and do all this stuff?
Yeah.
Do you know who's doing
It's
all
gonna
it?
go through somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It goes
it's
through her.
it's Kathleen.
She's
They're
making
only
some
yelling at
decisions.
Kathleen because they can't yell at George anymore.
But she destroyed Star
That's
Wars.
true.
Oh,
She
snap.
did.
That's just the thing. It's
Yeah.
George isn't here, so
Yeah.
who do we
Need a
point at?
scapegoat.
That's
Yeah.
very
And
true.
it's-
Scapegoat.
Yeah.
And when she
Good point.
passes on to the next person one day, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Well, he wasn't Kathleen Kennedy."
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second. And, look,
It's,
I mean,
like
look,
whenever they cast a new Doctor for Doctor Who,
Exactly.
yeah.
It
they
is what
hate
it
the
is.
first Doctor for like
Mhm.
2 episodes. No, one episode until the end of the first episode. And they're like, okay,
It's their
oh, you're
fragility,
awesome,
man.
but they
it's their
hate 'em for-
fragility.
Yeah.
Oh,
When your
but I've
fan
always
fiction doesn't
loved
come to
the old
life, you get really
producers.
butthurt.
It's
I
just
feel
that
like
it's just humans.
it's like
Go ahead. Go ahead, V.
oh no, I think we're gonna say something similar. I feel like it's like abandonment issues with humans. Like your parent like gets
100%.
divorced or something, and then they're dating someone new. They bring them home, and you're like, "Who are you?" And then maybe
It's
you trust.
prequel. Like,
It's like
Also,
change is
also did-
hard. Yeah.
yeah. Also, did anyone listen to the Sisters with Sabers episode about the Investors Day? Cause I'm just thinking about what you said, Chris.
well, I heard about some stuff, but I did not listen.
They
Because I know they were like, they can say certain things on theirs that we don't say on ours. But
that's true.
Allude to what they were talking about. The
Yes.
best PG-13ish way you can.
Yeah, they just were like, they're like, Kathleen Kennedy did not have to be as shrunken as she was in the announcement, given all the stuff that all the flack people have given her. They're like, someone was like, if I was her, I would come out dressed like Megan Thee Stallion on a parade float made of money, throwing cylindrical and anatomical shaped toys at people.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember them saying that, and I was laughing out loud, and I would have just been like, if she would have done that, I'd been like, yeah, you deserve to do that.
I thought that was hilarious. If any of the Disney execs have done that, I would have cracked up. Like they know it. They're getting their money one way or another.
They're getting their money.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Spoken for. They got mine.
What I really like about what they're doing with all of these titles is I feel like they're giving something for everyone now. Like you don't have to watch this if you don't like it. You can watch this show. There's going to be so many Star Wars titles that you can pick and choose what you like, and yeah, a lot of them are going to connect to each other. But it's if you want to, you do, and if you don't,
just make it fun.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Yeah, let it be fun.
Why
Enjoyable.
people are like, what?
it's
not
really just
real.
It's the Twitterverse.
It's not real. You're not
Can't
watching The
confirm,
Wire,
Miller,
man.
Can confirm.
You're not watching Breaking Bad. You're watching spaceships and laser swords, children.
Let's just remember, up until this point, we have gotten, over the span of 40 years, 11 movies, and that's it. Marvel delivered double that in 10 years.
Yeah.
Look at James Bond.
Oh yeah, exactly. And now
Look at
all
Godzilla.
All of a sudden, Star Wars is giving us something new 3 times a year.
Yeah, it's great.
Starting next year. I mean, how ungrateful can you be as a fandom to say, like, I don't want that?
I don't know. This is the Star Wars fandom you're talking
It's
about.
like I'm saying, like I
Pretty
said earlier,
ungrateful.
man.
Yeah,
When you're a kid and you write your fan fiction to how you want episode 7 to be, and you're like, oh man, they're making a movie. Why are these kids in it? You're like, well, because you got old, man. And you don't want to see people
Amen.
people you love got hips. And they don't want them jaws popping out of sockets.
Yeah, that's right. We fall over and it's done. We're done for.
No?
We're done for. You might fall off a bike.
You got old Han Solo being all quippy, and you guys are still mad at that. Why does he like the Force now? Because he got old.
Yeah, he's seen
He
things.
learned
shit.
He's
seen things.
He's seen some poodoo.
Yep, exactly. So let's jump back on a positive note here and end our hour-long awesome covert with everyone's favorite scene.
From just this episode?
Favorite
Yes.
scene.
If you were going to nail down one scene that really just, or moment throughout the, whatever, Luke Skywalker tearing his way through all those Darth Troopers, baby Grogu and Din's moment, Bo-Katan and the gals coming out, just destroying everyone. Where does it sit with you, like, where you're like, okay, that's like tops it off? I know the whole thing was awesome, but let's try to nail one down.
I got mine.
Ben,
I'll do mine because I know someone's gonna take it and then I can't
We
take
can
it.
repeat. It's not a con. We can have like opinions.
Ben's like,
No,
mine
you're
first.
right. You're right.
Mine
we
first.
can't.
But I'm the first one who had it.
No, but I have a specific thought to it too, and that I want to make sure I get out. And that is when, at the very end, when Grogu is about
Oh,
to
that's my
leave,
answer.
and he's looking at Din through the mask. I know. He's looking at him through the mask, and you could just read his thoughts, which is, can I at least see the face of the person who has saved me so many times over the past however many years or months or
Chris
whatever?
Ryan?
And Din is like, yes, you can. It's like this. We don't need to use words right now. I get what you're thinking. I get what you need right now. I will show you. And I finally learned to do this for you when you weren't in the room. When I had to take off my mask in the last episode. So let me do for you now. And it was the most beautifully executed moment, I think.
Beautiful.
Acting wise, without even being able to see Din's face. So
Ben, look what you've done.
You
Look at V.
He's crying.
Well,
It's
look what you've done.
adorable.
Look what you've done.
I needed to make sure she brought the toilet paper for a reason.
I'm
sorry.
Off of what Ben said.
Go ahead, Mike. You're next.
I mean, it's just. Can we just talk about how good Pedro Pascal is, man?
I love that man.
Yeah.
Like I told Chris earlier, I'm like, he's totally taking his helmet off when they had the soup moment. He lifted up his helmet, the soup, and he was Gurgly was like, "What's under there?" Like, you got lips? Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, like not just him like touching his face and all that stuff, but like when they're walking to the elevator, in the last shot of Din, and he just gives him that head nod, dude. Because like I'm an only child. Dad wasn't around, had a lot of father figures in my life, stuff like that. So seeing people, I'm so sorry, man. Seeing people, seeing this moment really tug on the heartstrings of. I thought about a lot of people that I considered like fathers in my life, and them leaving my life. And I was just like, I'm going to cry through these credits. And I was sitting here because I saw V's text. V said, she was like, I was crying. I was like, oh, V always cries. I'm not going to cry. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm not going to cry. I got a coffee in my head or something stupid. He said it or something. And I was sitting there and I was like, and I'm sitting there, I was like, when he picks up and because they redid the shot of like him grabbing his leg on purpose.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm so sorry. And then he's like, and he picks him up, and I'm sitting there like, you man, take that and buck it off and show that man your face, your face.
Don't be afraid.
And I'm like saying it out loud, like this.
He's like, don't be afraid. I'm like, don't be scared. It's okay. It's okay.
What you look like? This is what a mustache is. Everything. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And this Pedro Pascal is like so good. And the fact that like his best friend's Oscar Isaac, that he talks about all the time. They're both in Star Wars, and it's just like it's just the fact that like he got to deliver such great acting for only seeing his face twice this season. Like the Bill Burr thing was great, like him like reacting off of Bill, but like him getting to like face act at a doll or a pillow if he's in the recording.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, it was definitely something. Nice. Yeah, that was my moment. It was just the with the music too, and just everything about that whole thing. Yeah. Thank you, Ben.
Conor, that was great, Mike. Conor, I know you got to get going because you got to make your other show. So why don't you give us your favorite moment, and then you can head out.
All right, cool. So first of all, I just want to say, absolute simp for Bo-Katan right here. Like, Katie legit could step on my neck and slit my throat, and I would probably just say, "Thanks, Katie," before dying. I love that woman. She is an absolute delight. Bo-Katan is she's slowly getting up to be one of my favorite characters. Like, with how layered she's becoming in Mandalorian now. But yeah, my favorite moment is definitely what Mike and Ben said, the father-son adorable moment that will always make me cry. Like I thought about that moment one time yesterday and I just lost it. I just was moved to tears.
Yep.
That's great. Awesome,
Not
bud.
fair.
It's
So
beautiful,
good.
dude.
It's not
Yeah.
So good.
It is. It's super beautiful.
Does anyone have a scene other than that one?
Well, I mean, I just
You
like
should have said 2
the
scenes.
way that
man.
you guys have all like broke it down. I'm like, yeah, it probably was the best scene, but I'd have to say that when he was going through that hallway, I immediately thought of the Vader scene, the Rogue One scene. Like, I was like, this is beautiful the way they're doing this. You know, I was like, this is great. I loved it, and like I was just so excited. So the action boy side of me was loving that whole hallway hack scene. It was awesome. Love, especially the poetry between that and Rogue One with Vader. It was fantastic.
So
Loved
let's
it.
put it side by side together.
Yes.
It's been done 1,000 times.
It's on the
Yeah.
internet already.
It's already
Yeah,
there.
people have been doing
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. Did everyone go yet with their favorite
No.
scenes?
V has not gone yet. Go ahead,
Oh,
V.
yeah,
and you,
go for
man.
it, V. Keep
Oh,
it together.
God, help
You got
me.
this. You got this.
Okay.
Got
Alright.
this.
For me, it was like that whole moment from the whoop 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 of the X-wing until the end credits, because like I have so many thoughts. I'll be fast. All right. So like for starters, it made a lot of sense to me from the minute that they put Grogu on the Seeing Stone in the previous episodes that Luke would probably be the Jedi that's the most powerful and the most able to reach back out to him through the Force. And so like when he was arriving, like I said, I didn't think about the X-Wing being him. I was like, oh, maybe it's like someone from the New Republic. And then I see the cloak and I'm like, could this be Luke? And I'm like in denial. I'm like, maybe Ahsoka came back. Maybe it's somebody else. But then I'm like, wait, there's a lightsaber. What color is it? And then I see the green. And then I was just like, it's gotta be Luke. And just that whole sequence was so fantastic to watch him, you know, do what he did and just do it so powerfully and be so strong and secure in his abilities. And someone pointed out online, like, the fact that these are not soldiers with humans in them made it make more sense that Luke would feel morally comfortable with just slicing everyone up like that.
Crushed one.
You know, yeah, that was fantastic. That was so powerful. And just like seeing the green saber and the chin and the outfit, I was like, all right, this is Luke. But then that reveal, for me, the music just did so much for me because Ludwig tied in the Force theme with all of the new music as Luke's hood is coming up, and I was just losing my mind. Like, that was so beautiful and so powerful. Even though I'm like a prequel era kid, the first film I had seen was Empire Strikes Back. I had to go back and watch A New Hope first after that. But but just to see that, you know, it tied everything together, and I don't think that it like fixed things or repaired things. It's just all part of bringing everything together. And then seeing Grogu, as cute as he is, have to go and be sad. At first, for a minute, when Din's like, he doesn't want to go with you, I'm like, are they going to duke it out for this baby? But I'm like, no. He knows. He knows that. Yeah, I'm like, nah, he knows that this is what he has to do. And for me, it redefined the idea of kind also, because that was an interesting closure. You know, we have the Forger in the first season saying this baby must be united with his own kind. And I'm thinking, oh, cool. Are we going to get to finally see Yoda's home planet and know what his species is? But
So
no,
happy they didn't do that.
Same.
his kind
Never
is...
do that.
At least in this. No, never mind.
You're good. You're good. His kind is the Jedi, and I thought that was, you know, really sweet, and just, it was really heart-wrenching and bittersweet because you know that Din didn't want to let him go, but he had to. And then I was like, I see R2. R2's my favorite character, and I'm like, leave it to R2D2 to smooth things over and make this baby feel cheered up. Maybe they know each other. I know. Bro, he's seen so much. I'm not even up.
He was like when he was latched onto on the Din's leg and whatnot, and like, you know, you can tell that attachment was there, and like he didn't want to go, but he knew he had to go.
Yeah.
And the minute them bleeps happen from R2D2. Turn around, he's like, no.
Wow. I thought he was here.
He's like, all right, see you, human. Going with this droid. He's awesome.
Right. It was just
So what's yours,
so
Chris?
cathartic. It's so sad.
Yeah.
No, that's it. It's just like that whole moment. All the music as he's taking him away, and then
It's powerful.
he tears up. Okay, I'm done.
Go ahead, Chris. What's your favorite?
I'm not going to pick any of those, even though those are all my favorite scenes, everything that everyone said, even the ones that I didn't hear when I was out of the room. I heard them. I think mine is going to be... Now, the people that know me know that I don't have a Boba fetish. And
Nice. Nice.
I'm not one of these people who was like, oh, he's the greatest. I've only seen him for 40 whole seconds, but he's the greatest, I swear. You know, not like that. But what I loved was that they showed that Boba Fett up against other Mandalorians is just another dude. Because what is her name?
Koska or Koska.
Cossack?
It's Koska. So I'm like Koska.
Yeah, I think it's Casca. Yeah, Casca.
Yeah.
She deadpanned him like it was to a standstill.
Yeah, it was a standstill. They did good. I love that they made Sasha Banks do like some sort of WWE suplex. It was awesome.
It was a jetpack Mandalorian
DDT.
tornado.
DDT. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, guys. You know me
All right.
and my wrestling knowledge. It's bad.
Get it together.
Mike,
DDT.
bro, I was like,
I yelled.
That was tough, right? I was like, oh.
I yelled.
That was a
Dude.
great scene.
I was like, climb the ladder, bro.
where's the ref?
Right?
But yeah, I would like that. I thought was great. And then we get confirmation again, a reconfirmation that he's not a Mandalorian. He's like, I never said I was.
Yeah,
Right.
he's like, it's just this
Sorry.
armor is my father's. You know, he's like, I'm
Sorry,
just.
Tommy.
And the line, real quick, sorry, Chris, but the line where she was like, I've seen you all my life. Like I know. what you
I've
sound
heard
like.
your
It's like
I've heard your voice 1,000 times.
Yeah,
That was
you're
all,
like,
dude.
you're
She
nobody
is
special.
queen
It's
of
like,
shade.
Clone Wars reference was
Bo-Katan is the queen of shade.
She's like, I saw the movies.
I love her.
She's like, some of us have a higher. Not all of us are bounty hunters. Some of us serve a higher purpose. I was
Yeah.
Killing me with that self-righteousness, though. I was like,
like,
Yeah,
geez,
the salt was thick.
to reel it in there.
Yeah.
But
Lot of
And then
sodium.
when she's like, he's like, well, this armor was my father's. And she's like, oh, you mean your donor? I was like, hiya, like, all right.
I was like,
chill out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love when he called
She was
her
like,
princess.
flamethrower.
Didn't call her
dude,
princess.
Icelandic Himalayan pink salt. So she had that Whole Foods salt.
So before we close out, since we've had a great hour, Connor's got to get a show to go to. And I think we have definitely hit all points here of the show, especially Chris. That was good to bring that moment up. What else do we have? Anybody?
I want to give a shout out to Ming.
Perfect.
What's her name?
Ming Na Wen.
Ming Na Wen.
Yes.
She got triple Disney checks because let me just because she was the voice of Mulan, and she was also in Agents of Shield. Now she's in Star Wars. Her money.
Yup.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
She got residuals from 1996
Yeah,
Disney movies.
Yeah. She's probably still getting paid off of Street Fighter.
Yes.
Let's not ever talk about that again.
No, it was great because Kylie Minogue's in it. She's
Let's
Cammy.
not
And Jean-Claude Van
talk about
Damme
that.
Great
was
movie.
ever.
He's
I
from
love it.
Russell.
I was
Again.
a big Guile fan. Huge
Please
Guile
stop
fan.
talking.
I loved it.
About
Uh,
the Street Fighter movie.
Brian
Well,
Wong
Please.
was a
Well,
Korean
stop.
man played
Who
Japanese.
played? Who
I
played
don't
Baraka?
like-
What's happening right
I
now?
don't
played,
like you guys.
And then
I
Geronimo
don't-
was Sagat, and he was the arms dealer.
Don't like Mike.
Who is the
Rooker.
green? Who is the green guy? What did he?
I'm
That's
not a
Blanca.
fan.
Blanca.
of-
That's.
gonna
I was
go to the
thinking
bathroom.
Blanca
Be right
from
back.
Mortal Kombat.
Please stop talking about Street Fighter. I hate you all.
So,
It's just like, quick, change the channel. That's what Street Fighter.
Oh.
See,
any
work.
other
Yeah,
other
I just
actor
wanna say-
shout-outs?
No, stop it.
No,
I
I'm
wanna-
talking,
Jack off.
I'm talking about the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Katie Sack, of course.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Raul Julia.
Oh,
Can't wait to see
Hold
more
on.
of
Rest in
her.
peace. Rip in peace.
even though she had a couple of goofy lines and whatnot, Gina Carano. out of all the personal stuff, whatever is going on, I still don't know the full story. But
will we ever?
We don't
Twitter-
need to. It doesn't need to happen. She had a great performance, and her character is solid.
Yeah, I'm not here for your beliefs, man. I'm just here to watch you act on the TV screens.
Yeah, throw some punches.
Yeah, she did great, yeah.
But I think that what happened with episode aside, and the stuff between Din and Grogu, which is the highlight. It is the focal point. It is the spotlight of this episode. But the return of Luke, that is it rivals anything that ever happened in any of the movies as far as memorable, classic, legendary scenes.
And it's the coolest looking Luke Skywalker ever. It was
like
absolutely
Luke Skywalker.
It was like an episode. It was like a chapter of the Legends manga. Legends of Luke Skywalker.
I have that.
Because it's funny because
and I haven't read it yet.
Oh, grab that.
Yeah.
Well, people were saying like you guys were waiting for the green lightsaber. I was looking for the glove. I was like, if the glove.
When I saw that glove too, yeah.
So I knew in the black and white shots, I was like, up it's him.
Well, when I saw the
right hand,
I saw the hilt too. The hilt gave it away for me as well. I was like, oh, that's Luke's.
But I think that moment rivals any other moment, maybe outside of "No, I'm your father," or maybe it's right. You know.
As far as like big reveal or whatever.
It's a big reveal, big moments, because everyone's talking about it. And like I was watching some of the reactions, you know, from some of these people, and I'm tearing up watching those because I'm like, yes.
Steel Wars had a great one. It was so genuine. It was really fun to watch him.
He was so happy that somebody ignited the green. He was happy about that.
I know. I bust Kevin Smith's balls a lot for crying at everything, but he was actually right at this one.
Yes, he was.
He was. I was like, he'd be crying a lot, Kev, but all right.
Yeah. you gotta watch his show, Fat Man Beyond. It's him and Mark Bernardin, and they normally Mark Bernardin's like he's a cynical one, and I'm like, all right, come on, bro, like lighten up. I do to an extent, but they had a fantastic conversation about this finale that y'all should probably watch. But
nice.
This one had to be the most like emotional moment in Star Wars above anything. Even,
it was heavy.
Like, you know, Anakin's fall or pick one outside of the father thing.
So many.
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Anyone else?
For season 3, I just hope we get more space western stuff.
Nice.
Like I want all the Kurosawa, Sergio Leone stuff in my face.
I think this is when we start to get the Game of Thrones stuff, though. I think this is when we. I
think so too. It's going to be a lot of Mandalorian in play, and she's going to be brooding the whole episode. We're going to hate her this next season, by the way.
You don't really like her too much in the Clone Wars. She's not really likable in the Clone Wars. Yeah.
I think we're going to need a full hour to talk about what to expect in season 3.
True. Definitely. Yeah, we'll have to do a covert wrap up. We'll do a covert wrap up episode. Definitely.
And also, once again, the thing that Dan and I say all the time is, you gotta be reading these comics. Look at Luke. Look at Luke in these comics.
Yes.
Yeah. We are in Charles Soule's. Oh my God, his masterful run that he's doing in Star Wars right now.
He's good, man.
We are getting to that Luke. Every step of the way, we are getting to that Luke, and you know we're going to see, just to see his journey from the end of Empire Strikes Back and how he was at rock bottom to trying to find another lightsaber, find out about his father, find out about the past. He's finding out all about the Clone Wars and everything, and that leads us to that Luke that we've seen Return of the Jedi, that more confident Luke, that Luke that is more steeped in the Force and in the Jedi religion, like the true Jedi religion. I think.
I just want Yellow Jacket Luke in live action. I just want to see it one time.
That'd be
cool.
The jacket's crazy. It's
one
jacket.
Or how he gets it, or how he gets the jacket. He's like, oh yeah, I remember this.
No, we do get it once at the very end of episode 4, but doesn't.
Soul does Vader too, right?
And Lando. Right?
Soul did the second Vader series.
Okay.
Yeah, Soul's been all over Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
He is definitely
Yeah.
one of their main guys now when it comes to
Yeah.
writing. It's great. I
High
love
Republic, the
Yes.
rise of Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Lando.
Yep.
Lando.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome having him diving into that stuff. But go ahead, V. Your final thoughts?
I got a couple. Shout out to Giancarlo Esposito because he went from like cool as a cucumber villain to I'm just a human. I don't really have the force like that without a weapon. I'm really scared of Jedi in a few seconds with his face. Like, so good acting.
Like I said earlier, I was surprised that he wasn't as efficient as I thought he was with that darksaber.
Yeah, and just like
I think he was. I think Dim was just a beast with that staff.
Oh my god!
I was surprised that
what you will do for your child, man.
Yo,
that too.
That too.
It was good. It was good to see him finally fight with it. Go ahead.
Yes, very good. Also,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, V.
No, go. Shout out to Ludwig Göransson because for me, like Göransson, okay.
Göransson, yeah.
Yes. Without, like, I feel like the music just shredded through my heartstrings so much more than the scene would have without music. I mean, it might have even so, but just like, And then, like, two things that I also thought of real quick are, like, speaking of Game of Thrones, when the troopers are coming in and everyone's just standing there waiting for this army of lifeless destroyers to come in, I was like, wow, this is a lot like waiting for the White Walkers in the crypt. Like, everyone's just kind of sitting there.
Good.
Are we really gonna do this right now?
Look at Chris.
And nope. Mm-hmm.
Good point.
And the other thought was just, there was so much symbolism in the helmet scene for me also, not just because Din is, this Mandalorian who won't take it off for anyone, but he takes it off for his baby, but also just like, and maybe someone mentioned it, I don't remember, but just like, Luke is standing there watching this, knowing like 5 years prior, he had to go through the same thing with his father figure and take off his helmet as he sees his real face for the first and last time. And then Grogu, we're presumably seeing his father figure's face for the first and last time. If this is the last time, I'm gonna die sad about it. Like,
it can't be.
All right.
I hope not. That's all I got.
When he comes back, it'll be the highest watched episode of all time.
Yeah. Like, if they bring him back, because, I mean, like,
if?
There's so, if.
It's an if. It's an if.
If.
Who knows?
Who knows where he's going to show up next,
Yeah.
But that's one thing, is that this is another chapter in that baby's life. That baby's 50. He's had many chapters in his life so far.
Yeah.
And more before we even get to Force Awakens or before the destruction of Luke's temple. So who knows if he's going to be with Luke at that point, or if he's going to go someplace else.
Yeah.
Who knows if Din was
We
his
live like
first father
we have
figure,
like dog years compared to like baby Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like Luke is like his fourth dog.
Chewie.
Yeah, exactly.
Chewie, that's like Han's like my third homie. Like it's just, I have so many.
Yeah. Someone said that maybe Grogu, considering that he's a foundling and he's part of the Mudhorn clan, that would technically make him a Mandalorian as well, so he'd be a Mandalorian and a Jedi.
Now I am picturing him in a little Mandalorian outfit.
The Yoda-lorian.
So someone was like, what if he helps to unite Mandalore in the future? And I was like, oh.
There's a little Beskar. Helmet.
He's gonna
with his ears sticking out.
Dende him.
Listen, so Grogu.
Dende.
Little green. Listen, Grogu is going to unite the galaxy. Grogu is going to unite the galaxy.
I'm okay with that though.
Whether the galaxy wants him to or not.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we go. All right, so now we're gonna end on that note.
No.
Lord
Quick thing.
Grogu.
Dude, seriously?
Go ahead.
V got me going for a teeny bit. If Grogu's the next Mandalorian Jedi, I could see like some sort of thematic connection with Tar Vizsla.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Got a whole other can of worms, guys?
Wow.
Yes.
That would be so cool.
Now, on that mind-blowing thought,
I can't take
Wearing a
credit for
little-
it.
I
Someone
can
on the
wear a little-
internet.
Great.
he
Go-
finds Revan's face mask.
Connor, go
kidding,
tweet about
kidding.
this immetely now. Go.
Go.
Yeah,
Love you guys.
that's a great thought, Connor. I'm like, jeez, that's crazy. Little Grogu, the Mandalore. Anyway,
Tar Vizsla created the Darksaber and everything.
Gideon says you're not ready for this yet.
Y'all ready
He's
for
holding
this?
it in front of his,
Dun, dun,
in front of his
dun,
face. Anyway, we all hope you guys enjoyed the Broaxium Covert for season 2 finale, chapter 16, The Rescue, by Peyton Reed.
Ant-Man.
Great job.
Written by Jon Favreau. Like, he
Written
wrote
by
his
John.
ass off.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But it was directed by Peyton Reed. He did a great job for the season finale. And Ben, where can everybody find you? Social media and all that good stuff.
Same where you can find both me and Jan, which is at Star Bros Podcast on Twitter.
Nice. Mike, what's that Twitch?
Nowhere. I am no one. Twitch.tv/Roguezilla, YouTube.com/Roguezilla. ROKEZI. 2 L's, 1 A. All right.
Nice.
I don't do Twitter because I have a backbone.
Yes. Oh boy, you're saving yourself a lot
You're
of.
a better man than I.
Yeah. Exactly. V, what about you? Where can everyone find you?
Right here in this bed.
Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit. You can find me. You can add me on Facebook. That's where I actually talk. That's where I speak. It's just my name, Vienna Enos. Or you could look at my art and music stuff on Instagram at Vienna Enos Arts. I also don't have a Twitter, and I don't think I ever will.
Don't miss out on her Instagram. It's pretty awesome. Christopher. Oh, actually, Connor. Where can everyone find you?
The lovely people can find me on Twitter at DepaBanana. They can find me on Instagram at ConmanJFO. And they can find me on Facebook, admin in the Alliance of Star Wars Fanatics, along with Dan Miller and Chris Ryans. A very solid admin team we have there. If you're looking for a Star Wars Facebook group that discusses Star Wars constructively and positively, and you don't want to be harassed for your personal opinion on Star Wars, that's the group for you.
Yeah, if you come in hating, you're getting dropped.
Yeah, it's really quick too. It's not. There's no.
The bad hammer.
It is quick. That bad hammer is
It's
faster
like
than
Luke
Thor's.
with the troopers.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. The Alliance is great. Connor is actually admin of the year 4 times, 3 or 4. 3
Forever, just forever.
Forever. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna nail
forever.
it. Yeah,
Rui-
I don't want to take all the credit.
It's called a three-peat, Dan.
Rui's never gonna get it ever again.
Who's ever going
Just
to
kidding.
stop that
kidding.
madness?
Chris, what about you, friend?
Normally you can find me in Night City, but now I am out in the Badlands in Cyberpunk 2077. That's where you'll find me. I'm doing really good with the katana blade. I don't even use
love that
guns
blade.
anymore in that. I'm just
So good.
I'm
Sick,
just
dude.
I'm just doing that. Past that you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, I guess.
And you can find me at Stay on Target 42 everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, but mostly here on Broaxium, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
And the
Same.
rest of these fine folks here at Broaxium, you can find us all over Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
I feel like you said that.
So,
It's Facebook and Instagram. You could find Dan.
if you all enjoyed this show, hit the like button, share us out there, please, and subscribe to this channel. We are
Drop your phone, drink some water, and drink some coffee.
we are Broaxium, and this is the way.